Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the World of Warcraft Classic Demo. I am incredibly excited to get this video underway because I have been a fan of WoW for a very long time now, though unfortunately, I missed out on the entire Classic era of the game. In fact, I didn't even have a PC in my home until somewhere between 2007 and 2008, so I missed out on this entire era, and I wish I wouldn't have, man, because Classic WoW, from the outside looking in, is pretty freaking incredible. I have dabbled on private servers, I've read up on pretty much every wiki page, I've seen all the videos, but that's not the same as playing an official product from Blizzard Entertainment, which is exactly what we have here with the WoW Classic Demo. How you get access to this is you have to go ahead and buy the virtual ticket to Blizzcon, and if you do that, you will have access to the demo for a very limited amount of time, and that's what we're going to be doing here in this video. I think for the sake of it, I'm going to play a human rogue, and the reason why I'm going to go with rogue over other classes is because throughout the majority of my time while playing WoW, I've actually played a rogue. In BFA on the live servers, I'm actually playing a paladin, and I've also played Horde throughout the majority of my time in WoW as well. But for the sake of the demo here, let's go ahead and play a human rogue. And as you can see, they start us off here at level 15, and as you can also see, we only have access to the demo for a very limited time. Chromie is only able to keep you anchored in the past for a limited time. Once exhausted, you will need to wait until she has regained enough energy before attempting to come back. So from a narrative perspective, what Blizzard is doing is they're basically looking at Classic WoW as time walking for all intents and purposes. And for the demo here, because we only have an hour, they start us off at level 15, which is actually pretty incredible. Like I said, I've messed around on private servers quite a bit, but to get to level 15, that takes a long time. Like, how long does it take to get to 15? A day of playtime? Maybe even more than that? Like, it takes quite a long time to level in Classic WoW, and so as a result, you have a lot of different abilities here. If you play the live servers like I do, you know what most of these abilities do, but in Classic, they actually do different things, and I already know about this. Look how slow you move! So like I said, I've messed around on private servers, and I played the Troll Rogue up until about level 20, and my freaking goodness, man, the fact that you move so slow while stealth is actually insane. It's actually pretty nuts. Let's go ahead and put Slice and Dice here, and we'll put Garrote there at 1. It's actually fine. Expose armor, my goodness. Finishing move that exposes the target for 30 seconds, reducing armor per combo point. Oh my goodness. I am not prepared for this, man. I'm not prepared for all these different abilities. I'm really not. Let's go ahead and move some of these abilities around while we're at it. We'll put Sprint right there, although Sprint has how long of a cooldown? A 5-minute cooldown in Classic. My goodness. We don't need to have auto attack on there. Why is auto attack even on the bars? We're going to put Sinister Strike there. Going to put Eviscerate there. I guess we can put Slice and Dice here, put Gouge there perhaps. I'm just trying to basically set this up without getting too far into it, because again, we have only an hour here, and time's a ticking, boys. Time is a ticking. I wonder, can you actually change around your talents? Or maybe, oh, we actually haven't given us any talents so far, so we can actually choose that. I love looking at the old Classic trees here, though I have to tell you guys, I've messed around on private servers, but I'm not an expert in Classic WoW, so please forgive me if I make some poor choices here. Let's go ahead and reduce the energy cost of Sinister Strike here. We're going to put both points into that right there. Not too good, not too bad. I actually love this kind of a system, and it's so old school. It's very clear this game was made in 2004. It increases damage done by Eviscerate by 5%. Killing an enemy that gives you experience or honor gives you a 20% increased crit chance for your next Sinister Strike backstab. Ooh, that might actually be kind of good. I might just go with the baseline increased damage of Eviscerate, though, right? But then again, if I recall correctly, you don't spend a lot of time using Eviscerate because you have to keep up your Slice and Dice, and it's actually really annoying because a 5 combo point Slice and Dice only keeps up your buff by 21 seconds. So, I don't know. What we have here in Subtlety, increases damage from behind. That's really hard to do while you're leveling. Unless you're going in stealth, of course. Reduces the chance enemies have a chance to detect you while stealth. Let's just go ahead and maybe put this into Remorseless Attacks. I'm not really sure. That's just going to be basically my final combo, or my final talent point that I actually have right now. Aside from that, is there really anything I need to put on the bars that is not there already? That's all there for stealth, of course. That's already there. Do you have to be stealth, actually, to use Exposed Armor? You don't. That's interesting. So let's just go ahead and move that to there. Yeah, I don't think you actually have to be stealth to use that. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and accept this quest here from our boy, Gyron Stoutmantle? Gyron? How do you pronounce that name? It's definitely pretty weird. A foul corruption has crept into Westfall. While I was upholding, I wouldn't say unloading for some reason. While I was upholding my duty on the battlefields of Lordaeron, these honest farms were overrun and made into hideouts for thugs and murderers. The people's militia needs your help. All right. We're on a current quest here to report to him. This is going to be completing the quest. All right, go ahead and do that. Oh my goodness. Look how slow it goes. Look how slow it goes. Now, isn't there a way to actually skip that? You can't. Can you press enter, press space? I think there's a way to make that go faster, but I don't remember how you do it. You actually hear the sound of like them writing out, like they have a pencil on a piece of paper as they're writing out the quest itself, which is actually pretty funny. So he wants us to go ahead and kill 15 Defias trappers and 15 smugglers, then return to him on Sentinel Hill. All right, fair enough. Now, what does Captain Danovan here want us to go ahead and do? Stormwind has abandoned us. A foul wind of depravity rustles through the plains of Westfall. Oh, this is so cool, man. I'm not going to read like absolutely everything here. I'm going to save that for when actual Classic WoW comes out in the summer of 2019. But keep in mind, the quests that we have here in the demo are completely different than the ones that you have in the live version of the game. Because, of course, the Cataclysm expansion completely revamped everything. And I love all the names people have here, right? I got the name Nero because, you know, there's not really that many people that have the demo right now. So you have all these OG names like Lily and August and Monkey Balls of all names. Sneaky Boy, definitely a pretty big fan of that. And oh wow, can we actually go ahead and activate these? We can track these somehow. Shift click on the quest to add or remove the quest from your watch list. Okay. So we need to go and kill some gnolls, I believe. Bring 8 gnoll paws to him. Oh my goodness. I hate quests like this. They're actually kind of difficult because they don't always drop. Like, that's the issue, right? Like, there's these quests. I remember, because on the private servers, I messed around on the Horde side. And I think actually in this demo, they start you over there in the Barrens. And while you're over there in the Barrens and you're doing these quests to, like, go collect zebra hooves, I was playing with 2 of my friends, and that quest took like an hour because the zebras would not always drop hooves. They never dropped hooves, it seemed like. And when you pick up a hoof, finally, it only counts for you. It doesn't count for pretty much everybody that's there. Now, another cool thing about Classic WoW, which I completely forgotten about until right now, you have to actually read the quest to know exactly where it is you need to go. So you can't just simply look at the map and have an idea of where you need to go or anything like that, though I'm pretty positive that based on memory alone, all of the Defias guys, or at least most of them, are going to be over here in this area. So we're just going to run over that way, and on the way, we might run into some of the gnolls. But looking at the quest here, your task, should you choose to accept it, is to patrol the grasslands of Westfall, track down and slay the vile gnolls that seem to be working in conjunction with the dead mine thieves. Ah, it doesn't actually say exactly where they are. Ah, most of the time, they're like, oh, here's our first fight here. It's going to be a young flesh stripper. I'm just kind of running along here. Hey, thanks for helping out there, buddy. This is going to be a gnome rogue. Thanks for helping out, man. I love it, dude. I love it. So I'm going to keep referencing private servers here in this video because that's my only real experience with Classic WoW. Like I said, I missed out on the entire thing back when it was an official thing. But what's really cool about Classic servers and Classic WoW in general is you see more people like that out in the world, and people just seem more likely to actually go ahead and help you, you know? Like, every time you see a mage, they'll give you the arcane intellect buff. You see a priest, they'll give you the... Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's a paladin. Paladins can't really actually give you anything. They can give you blessings, actually, now I think about it. Now he's level 15. I didn't get a blessing from you, but maybe the blessing can only be on one person at a time. I forget the entire thing with paladins in Classic, but if you see mages, if you see priests, if you see druids, they give you their buffs and stuff like that when you run by them, which I think is actually really cool. So far, all we are finding are these harvest golems, and that's actually one of the reasons why I got into WoW in the first place. I know I'm like super late to the party when it comes to WoW, because what got me into it in the first place, of what really made me want to bite the bullet and just like download the game and start playing, was actually Hearthstone. Right, I kept seeing all these things in Hearthstone, and I kept like wanting to learn more about them. And those harvest golems that you see in Hearthstone, these guys here are what those guys are based off of, which I think is actually really cool. I'm gonna help this guy out here finishing up this harvest golem, even though I didn't really get anything for it. So we're all the way over here, and we still haven't seen a single Defias trapper. What in the world? I hope that the Defias trappers and stuff weren't actually all the way over there by Sentinel Hill, because in the live game after Cataclysm, it's over in this area where you can actually start seeing some of those guys. But not so much here. I'm just going to be following this guy over here. We have another rogue as well. I have a feeling rogue is going to be an incredibly popular class when Classic actually comes out. I'm still undecided as to what class I want to play, as well as what faction I may want to play. Hey, there's the Fias Trapper. Though unfortunately, a coyote's after me. So let's go ahead and activate the Slice and Dice buff. So as you guys can see here, it's going to increase my melee attack speed by 20%. And so even in the live game, as a rogue, that's what you have to do. You have to maintain that Slice and Dice buff on yourself while doing your other abilities. And my goodness, look at all the people here. Oh, I love the world, too. I love it, man. Just being out here in Westfall again and seeing the graves and stuff like that. And the entire story of Westfall is actually pretty great as well. So, I mean, the entire city of Stormwind burned down. The Masons actually went and rebuilt the entire thing, but the nobles of Stormwind decided to not pay them. They thought, you know what, it's your duty as a citizen of Stormwind and a member of the Alliance to rebuild the entire city for free. So all these Defias guys you see, the entire Defias Brotherhood, they are really just former Masons and, you know, stonemasons and carpenters and stuff like that that are rebelling against the Alliance because they did not pay them, right? They basically made them poor by not paying them for all the work that they actually did. And that story is actually pretty similar in the live game as well, but it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different compared to Classic, right? They changed things up a little bit. And let's go ahead and... we're going to be taking on two at once here, which may actually be an issue. And watch my health bar here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pop evasion here, which is going to increase my chance to dodge by 50%, which is going to be exactly what I need to be able to take on two people at once. Because you guys don't know, man, it is really hard to take on more than one person in Classic. Oh, look at you running away. There you go. It's only because I had that cooldown. I would have died for sure if I didn't have evasion right there. And evasion is a 5-minute cooldown, for crying out loud. I think it's actually kind of similar in the live game. It's like 3 minutes maybe, something like that. Is that better? No, that's not even close to as good as the armor they give me by default. Okay, wait, do I have food here. Okay, we have food that I can eat, but do I have first aid? I should probably check that. I don't want to fight these guys right now. We have first aid. Actually, let's go ahead and open up this. It'd be under interface options. Wait a minute. This looks a little bit different than I remember from the private servers, though I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. This could be what we know from there or not. I don't know. But this guy aggroed onto me. And let's go ahead and pop Slice and Dice. It's actually kind of crazy. You do more damage, like auto-attacking, than you do actually eviscerating most of the time, because you don't actually have time to build up your combo points for that. But interface options, action bars, and we're gonna go ahead and show like all these different action bars here. And I can have it so it's always showing them like that, but no one likes to have that. Now that's done, we can go ahead and take first aid and just put down the bar like right there. And I can actually make I can make a bandage here. Do I have any bandages in here by default, though? I imagine they would actually... Oh, they actually gave us a bunch of bandages then. Okay, never mind. You only need to make bandages. But it's cool to have first aid back. Of course, that was taken out of the game with Battle for Azeroth, which is unfortunate. You would actually go ahead and freaking aggro onto me. I had to kill like 30 of these guys in 1 hour. I'm just going to go ahead and... No, we'll Slice and Dice now, because I will have the Slice and Dice buff, hopefully going into the next fight, but maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. Should I start gouging more? What does gouge do in Classic? Deals 10 damage, incapacitating your opponent for 4 seconds, and turns off your attack. Okay, your target must be facing you. Oh, that's why it was so confusing to be able to do stuff here in stealth. And then Garrote, you garrote the enemy, causing 144 damage over 18 seconds, which is increased by your attack power. It must be stealth and behind the target. Okay. But the thing is, it's actually somewhat difficult to get behind your target, at least in my experience so far, because they seem to aggro right onto me as soon as I get close enough to them, right? We can try it here. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm really not sure what I'm going to play when Classic WoW actually comes out. Do I have mining? I don't think I do. There's a tin vein right there. Part of me wants to play Alliance like this, but another part of me really likes the idea of playing Horde. There we go. We actually got to grow off, so a little bit of damage over time there. 24 damage every 3 seconds. Also building up a little bit of combo points. And that's a kobold. We're looking for gnolls, though. We're not looking for kobolds so much. I wish they would stop dropping that freaking trap on me. Oh, man. I want to go to, like, Elwyn Forest. Like, they've changed up, like, the Cataclysm expansion changed up so many things about the world itself. And there are areas of Classic WoW that we have here that aren't even in the game anymore. Like, there's a mine right outside of, it's not Goldshire, what's it called? Northshire, where the human starting zone is. And that mine, it's here in Classic, but it's not there in the full base game, right? It was closed off in Cataclysm. And there are countless little examples of things like that. Now, I do have a ranged weapon here. I want to mess around with this, actually. So, do I have to have it equipped and I can just simply throw it? I'm not really sure. All right, this guy's running. I can't really seem to throw it at him. No? How do these thrown weapons actually work? I really don't know. Are they... Oh, they maybe work like an auto attack? No. I really don't know how I use my thrown weapon, dude. I've never actually messed around with that before, so I'll have to try and figure that out. But that's what's so fun about this, right? I missed out on this entire era of the game, and it's cool to see stuff like that that's not even a feature anymore. Like, apparently tanks back in Classic, they would have... Oh, no, 2 people. Oh, no. This one might hurt, boys. This one might hurt. We'll see. Actually, we're getting kind of lucky here. We're not missing a lot of our auto attacks, which is definitely a thing. You have to work on your hit chance and your weapon skills and stuff like that. Right there, your skill in daggers has increased up to 73. Oh, man, I love this so much. But I might be dying. Come on. Come on, energy, come back. Allow me a Sinister Strike. And now I'm going to do an Eviscerate, a 3 combo point Eviscerate, 39 damage. We're just missing all of our attacks. Oh, I can't kill you, too. The Hunter saved me. Oh, there's another Defias guy. My goodness, they're freaking everywhere. Let me give you a slash thanks. There you are. I would have died for sure if he wasn't here. I'm biting off a little bit more than I can chew here, boys. Now, I'm going to help him out with this. He helped out me. I don't even get, like, experience. When they're grayed out like that, you know, you don't get XP or anything for a grayed out target. But it's okay. I want to help him out because he helped me. Make his kill go a little bit faster, you know. Now I'll get this guy that was going to get you from behind. Let's get one more combo point and then slice and dice. And now I'll just start auto-attacking for all this damage. Look at all that white damage. We still have so many more of these Defias guys to go. We went through the entire mine. And that's a big thing about Classic as well. It's such a huge time sink. It takes so long to get places, which is both good and bad, right? So on one hand, I mean, this is how games were designed back in the day. When you usually in like 2018 and current day, when you see a game that like takes this long to do even the most simplest things, you're thinking to yourself, like very cynically, yeah, it would take this long. You're just trying to milk out all the time possible so you can milk out those subscriptions, right? But Classic, this is just kind of how games were back in the day, right? They were longer, and I actually kind of like it as well, because in the current game, you can very easily just basically run up and like AoE kill all these guys at one time. You burn through all these different areas, and it's really not that big of a deal, right? But in Classic, you spend so much time here, and you end up developing these memories, and you end up liking the game more as a result. Like, this mine, we're going to be here for a bit, right? And then, so once we're done with this quest and stuff like that, every time we ride by this mine, for one reason or another, we're going to remember the time we spent here, because we didn't just go through and blow through the entire mine in, like, 1 second, you know? And I think it may actually be best to go ahead and just continue staying outside here. Should I be using Gouge? No, we shouldn't be using Gouge very much. Okay, I just want to make sure. Gouge was actually a viable attack at one point in some of the later expansions. Hey, a chest! I love these random chests will also appear. They usually have, like, water, sometimes armor in them. And 37 copper, some shoes I don't need, and a banana. Oh, and mana potion, which I don't need. I could actually give that mana potion to some of the other guys I see running by here, because as a rogue, I only use energy, but hunters, I believe, have mana here in Classic. Mages, of course, priests. We're starting to get a little bit overwhelmed here, but my evasion is back up, so I'm okay. And that guy's running away with his no health, but he does eventually come back. The reason why mobs will run away the way they do right there is because, evasion! Woo! He's gonna hit me with throwing knives and kill me, and I don't have a way to actually counter that. I don't have a way to counter because I don't know. Wait, I can just bandage. He's not hitting me with his knife. There we go. And hit you, and then I'm going to sprint away. My 5-minute cooldown sprint, because I cannot take on another one of these guys right now. Way too low of health. I need to eat and get my health back, man. All right, now we de-aggro. Now I can go ahead and eat some of my whisker catfish here. Man, leveling in Classic, it's fun. It really is, you know? And I keep going back to it, but I'm so, like, I don't know what class I want to play. I don't even know what faction I want to play. You know, I've played Horde the majority of my time in WoW, but for BFA, I've gone to the Alliance. I really actually kind of like the Alliance, but I still think I like Horde more. And if I'm going to be playing Horde in Classic, which I probably will, it comes down to what race do I want to play and what class do I want to play, right? There's only 4 races. I can be an orc, an undead, a tauren, or a troll. And if I want to be a rogue like this, I can be either an orc or a troll, or an undead, I suppose. There's actually a lot of choices for rogue there. But I like tauren as well. Like I'd say tauren are probably my favorite race on the Horde. And you can't be a rogue if you want to be a tauren, so it's like, okay, maybe I'll be a warrior. And warriors are notorious for being really awesome in Classic. Okay, I need to figure this out. How do I throw my freaking throwing knife, dude? Like, wait a minute. I think I figured it out already. I'm just an idiot. I'm pretty... Yeah, I should really just straight up kill you now. I'm pretty positive that throw is just like a straight up ability that I didn't have on my bar. Yeah, actually I did. It's all the way over here. Well, now I know. And I can watch this. Oh, no? It's too close now. You can't throw at someone that's that close. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to be playing tauren, maybe a warrior. But then again, if you're a warrior, you're kind of like relegated to being a tank, but you're also really good in PvP. I don't know. I just don't know. Then another part of me is like, well, maybe it'd be fun to heal. But if you want to heal, actually, if you want to heal, you can be lots of classes in Classic. You can be a druid or a shaman or a paladin. Paladin healers are apparently really good, and I like playing my paladin in live. So it's like maybe I'd like to be a paladin here in Classic as well. I don't know, man. And it's not like in live servers as well where you can just simply re-roll and play all sorts of ults and stuff like that. It takes a very long time to level up. So I don't know. Yeah, there's our throw. Can't believe it took me that long to realize. I'm sitting here like taking my keen throwing knife and putting it on my bar like that works. But the reason why I had it on there is because you can actually like equip that weapon, which was odd. Like, let's go ahead and sheathe my weapon a couple of times. Right there. You see, I've got my throwing knife out. And that's what confused me so much because I had the throwing knife out, so I thought maybe I'd have to have the throwing knife in my hand to actually be able to throw. I don't know. I was so confused. All right, Mr. Defias Smuggler. Now you get yours. I don't know. Maybe... Okay, so we don't even know where the gnolls really are. So what I think we could actually do is, once we get down to about 30 minutes, which we should be maybe there by the time I get freaking done with this quest. I really don't know. It's taking so long. Maybe I'll back out of this and we'll create a tauren and kind of see the Horde side of things. That'd be kind of fun. I'll help you out with this smuggler here, friend. Take the aggro off of you. Ah, he was fine already. He wasn't even hurt. Hey, did I level? I didn't even realize I was that close to leveling. So when you level, you can go ahead and get an extra talent point to put in somewhere. And after killing an opponent that yields experience or honor, gives you a 20% increased crit strike chance on your next sinister strike, backstab, and such and such. Let's go ahead and increase that up yet again. There we go. I hate the idea of like running through this cave here because... Actually, what we can do is invite this guy to a group with me, and now together we might both be getting credit for this quest here. I'm not sure though. Now, obviously, we only need to kill the kobolds, but they're gonna aggro onto us regardless. How fast is this guy running? I throw my dagger at him. There we go. Could have looted him, but who really cares? Are there more Defias guys actually in here? Might not be. There you go. I didn't realize he was actually typing to me. So we actually have trappers there right here.
I'm out of range.
All right, I'm just going to run away from that guy. Is my sprint back up yet? Of course it's not. So I guess he's over here in this edge of the cave, which makes sense. It seems like only kobolds with a very limited number of actual Defias guys respawn over there. So I guess we're just going to hang out right here and maybe wait for them all to respawn and then take them out. But I think we both get credit, so we're both fighting this. I need to wait for him to aggro something first. Yeah, I got credit for that trapper. I don't know if he did. So I'm going to let him attack first. I want to see how the credit system works here when you're actually playing with a party, because I don't know. I remember when you're looting things, like going back to the private servers, when you're looting things with friends, it really doesn't work like at all, and it's super annoying. Get, all right, so he attacked first, and it didn't gray out. It didn't gray out the mob like it did before, and that counted for me. Awesome. All right, so I just need 7 more device smugglers here. Dual rogues here, just sitting here waiting, just waiting on them. We have a trapper right there. Oh, let's get out of stealth here. Taking too long to actually go anywhere. There we go. Wow, you have to actually stop when you can't just throw while moving. That's actually crazy. It's one of those little quality of life things they eventually changed in some of the later expansions. You had the ability to use throw like on the run, like you can run around and throw and stuff like that. Here in this, you literally have to stand still to throw. We got another chest that spawned in. He might want to take the chest. Hope he's just standing here. Go ahead, open up the old chest again. They seem to respawn the same thing. And it's just a demo. Yeah, oh, here's another smuggler. Now, is he fighting a smuggler? I can't even tell. I can't tell what he's fighting over there. Oh, he's just fighting a kobold. There's number 11. I just want to finish the one quest. That's all. Another smuggler. Now watch, you have to stand still, and then there's like a little bit of a delay before you can actually throw. But it's good to use throw like that because it comes down to who gets the first hit. If you have the first hit, then you get credit for the mob. Whereas other people that aren't in your party, they don't get credit for it, right? That way you can't just have everyone all working together to kill one thing. We don't need to kill that trapper, so I'm just gonna leave him be for someone that actually needs to do this quest. Come on, smuggler. I know you guys want to respawn. This is going to be crazy. I can actually show you guys after this. It's going to be crazy when the actual servers go live because I wonder, I didn't see, there might have been an announcement on this, but I don't know how many servers they plan to have when Classic actually goes live because obviously servers are a pretty big deal and people don't want to have cross-realm whatsoever. So are they only going to have like 10 servers or so? Because you want that, but at launch, it's going to be really difficult because these starting zones are going to be like full of people like this. Now, this isn't even a starting zone. Like Westfall will actually be okay, but like Northshire, the human starting zone, that's going to be freaking packed. Duratar for the orcs and the trolls, that's going to be pretty freaking packed as well. It's not, what's it called? Why can't I remember the exact name? It's got a weird name. It's Dunmurrow, but there's different. Karanos here. For the gnomes and the dwarves, that's going to be packed, right? Like, it's actually going to be insane how many people are going to be in those starting zones at once. And with how the tagging system works, as you guys can see here, it's going to be pretty freaking nuts. Now, I have a feeling lots of these smugglers are about to be spawning in. I only need one more. Just one more, man. I'm getting experience for him. Oh, look at those pants that dropped. Those are actually not really an upgrade compared to the pants that we have right now at all. I'm just going to roll greed instead of need. Then again, I don't really need them whatsoever. So, if you guys could respawn, I need literally one more of you. Literally one more of you. This is actually nuts. How long has it been? I'm going to save my sprint for when we're running away from here. There's a trapper. I need a smuggler. I need a smuggler. Where's the guy that spawns right there? Or back there. Or over there. It's like the game's died. What is happening here? Nothing is respawning. I wonder if respawns have anything to do with whether or not people loot. I really don't know. There's another trapper. Dying to fire. What kind of class is this guy? A paladin. Oh, okay. It makes sense. The judgment. The old judgment. I actually kind of like the paladin rotation in Classic, which I know sounds insane. I'm just going to kill this because there's we need to do something while we wait for a smuggler to respawn. My freaking goodness, man. Are you another trapper? Are you kidding me? Where are the smugglers? There it is. I'm just going to run right up. There we go. There. Finally. Can't even spell. There we go. There's all 15. The old People's Militia. Now where's he going? Is he heading up to go get the gnolls, maybe? Not entirely sure. I'm just going to leave the party now. Because he might be heading up to go get the gnolls, and I'm not really looking to go do gnolls right now. I'm just looking to get back to Sentinel Hill with my sprint. I like the sprint ability. It's so cool. I remember, so I started playing towards the end of Mists of Pandaria, and at that time, glyphs were a thing that you could do, and they were actually kind of cool how they could alter your character and some of your abilities. And there was a glyph that rogues could have that would alter their sprint ability to make it so they could sprint over water, which was really freaking cool. Like, really cool. And this entire area over here, part of me wants to even go look at it real quick, but, we'll be okay. Let's go look at it. Yeah, it was really cool to be able to go ahead. Is that him? No, it's a different one. Just looked similar to Night Elf and everything. It was cool to be able to sprint over water and everything. And obviously, there was not a 5-minute cooldown on your sprint. But while we're running over here, I guess I can look at some of the different talents. I think this is only a rank 1 sprint, right? No, we don't need to go in talents. We need to go into the spell book. Where's sprint? Sprint's a combat ability. Oh, they're not going to show the future abilities that we can learn. Because I imagine as you go, you'll unlock different ranks of sprint to make it a little bit better, but it's still going to be pretty bad. And speaking of pretty bad, this Dust Devil is level 19. I'm level 16. I'm just going to keep on running away from it. Because the reason why I want to go over here, and I saw this on the private server at one point, but it's just so cool. Like, most of this area, like especially like down here, which I'm trying to get to without aggroing everything, most of that area was destroyed in the Cataclysm. And so I'm pretty sure it's maybe right here. I'm pretty positive it's right down here. Like this entire mine section, like that was completely removed from the game. And Cataclysm to some WoW fans may not seem like it was that long ago, but it was a long time ago. Like it was a long time ago. This entire Gold Coast quarry here, this isn't here in the main game anymore. And so that's one of the really cool things about Classic is you can come back and you can see things like this for the first time. And there are lots of people out there who played Classic back in the day and they maybe necessarily haven't messed around on private servers and stuff. And so, you know, it's been, when was Cataclysm 2010? 2011? So it's been like almost 10 years. Almost, not really quite, but it's been a long time since this area was even in the game. So it's gotta be a trip for those guys to be able to come back here and see this area again. It's so neat, man. It really is. But wait, where's my Hearthstone set to? It's set to Sentinel Hill. There we go. That's much faster than running all the way back. We can just go ahead and do that. Look at me and my 56 silver. Yeah. All right, so we're here at the little Sentinel Hill Inn here, which is actually at the bottom of the hill. One of my first times on a private server as well, I came over here to Westfall, and somebody had kited Stitches. Isn't his name Stitches? They kited him all the way over from Duskwood here, or Darkshire here, and brought him into Westfall. And I remember specifically, he was running around here, attacking all the NPCs and stuff like that and just killing all the low-level players, which is something you could actually do back in Classic, but you can't actually do in the live game because, you know, big mobs will eventually de-aggro from you. So I'm excited for little things like that to happen again. Well done, Nero. It's cool to have the actual OG name Nero, by the way. My scouts witness your valiant acts. You are proving yourself quite well so far. Say thanks, man. I'm not going to accept your new quest, though. I'm just going to go ahead and sit down right here and log out. Though unfortunately, this is not an inn, so it's not going to be an instant log out. But we have 26 minutes left in the little BlizzCon demo here. So let's go ahead and make us a Horde character. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a tauren warrior. I think you can't play paladin on Alliance either, or on Horde rather. You can only play paladin on the Alliance, which I think is pretty neat. This is back when, you know, factions were a little bit different. So the Alliance, you had the ability to be a paladin if you were a human or a dwarf. But on the Horde, if you were... oh, wow, they had 3 different races. So on Horde, if you were an orc, a tauren, or a troll, you could be a shaman, right? These were faction-exclusive classes, which is actually pretty cool. But let's make us a big, beefy tauren warrior. See, I want to be a tauren, I think, for Classic, but there's only 4 classes. I don't think I want to be a druid, Shaman might be okay, but you basically can only heal, to my understanding. But I've heard enhancements okay for PvP. I really don't know. Hunter might be okay, but just I really don't know. I'd have to be a warrior if I wanted to be a tauren. Let's go ahead and change up the skin. This was always my favorite tauren skin, like more brown with a little bit of white. Always like that. Maybe a lighter brown, maybe. I don't know, man. I just love the old classic graphics. Even if you like turn off the new character models in the live game, they're not really the same as what we see here. We're going to go with that. We can change up the face a little bit. There we go. I think we'll go with that. Horn style. I've always kind of liked this one for some reason. Don't really know why. Look at facial hair here. Ooh. Now that's a big manly warrior. Well, I wonder, I'm just gonna, what do I even name the old tauren here? We can't have names in there. We're just gonna call him Hoofy. There we go. And we're gonna enter the old world here. Now, I think they're gonna be taking us, I'm not entirely sure. Yep, to the Barrens, to the Crossroads. I love the Crossroads. Oh man, this is one of the most iconic places in WoW. So good. So freaking good. So let's take a look. Okay, so we have our battle stance and our defensive stance by default here. I'm not even going to bother changing up keybinds or anything. Oh, Heroic Strike. Rest in peace. Let's put the old Heroic Strike there. I guess we can have Charge be at number 2. Rend. I want Rend at 3. I love that Rend is actually a baseline ability now. I hate that Rend is a talent in Classic. It's one of the reasons why I don't really want to mess around with my Warrior all that much in retail anymore. Thunderclap. That's fun. What's this right here? Overpower there for number 4. Instantly overpower an enemy, causing weapon damage +5. Only usable after a target dodges the overpowered ability. No, I don't want a duel. I was wondering, I'm like, why would somebody... I thought it was a group invite there for a second. I'm like, why are you inviting me to a group? We're not even doing a quest right now. I haven't even started. Hamstring, which is going to maim them and slow their movement speed. But that's really not needed for questing. Demoralizing Shout reduces melee attacks on you. All right, let's go ahead and make sure that's there. It's already on the bar, actually. Most of the important bars are already here. Battle Shout only works on party members. Okay, but you need 10 rage, but you need to make sure you maintain that Battle Shout buff on you to increase up your attack power. Okay, go ahead and do that. I don't know. I really might play a Tauren Warrior, I think, when Classic officially comes out. Ooh, Revenge. That requires defensive stance. I was going to say, Revenge nowadays, I know Revenge as a protection warrior ability. Oh, you have a whole... Okay, so you get whole different abilities based on... Oh, that's so cool. There's the old Sunder Armor. We're going to have Sunder Armor be number 3, put you there, and then put Revenge number 2. Because whenever I play my warrior on live, Revenge has always been my number 2 ability. So I'm just going to put it there because it's muscle memory for me at this point, right? Shield Bash requires shields, but I'm not going to be in defensive stance that much anyway. So we really just have to focus on having Thunderclap there, Rend, Charge, and then have our Heroic Strike. Those are basically going to be the abilities that we have, as we are mostly just going to be an arms warrior. Increases bleed damage of Rend, reduces cost of Heroic Strike, increases parry chance. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and put our points into that, improve our Rend there. Increases our parry. That might actually just be good to have in general. Reduces rage of that, though. Increases effective battle shout by 10%. That's actually... Increases the area of effect and duration. That's actually kind of cool. Increases a crit... yeah, let's just increase the old crit strike chance with all of our other abilities. There we go. So, Rend costs less, and we're also going to have increased crit strike. Where's our quest? Is it from this lady? Yeah, notice how we didn't even see her, but I knew it was a girl. It's a female orc. Greetings. There we go. Crossroads conscription. Go ahead and... I'm not even going to bother reading because we got 23 minutes left here, guys. The first prey will always be easy. The plain striders to the east have been harassing our food supplies and have become a nuisance. Put down the plain striders. Okay, we have to gather their beaks. This quest sucks because their beaks don't always drop, man. They don't. They don't always drop. And, is this a shipment of silver was stolen from the guard towers? Meant, I wish I knew how to make this go faster. There's a way, I know there is, but show me what I have to actually do. I can't even accept it until all the text is popping up. Hunt the raptors, the smart raptors. I remember these guys. The raptors are over this way, and plain striders can basically be found anywhere here. As you guys can see, I have played a lot more Horde in the past than I have Alliance. Right there's a plain strider, in fact. We only have one charge. It's got 15-second cooldown too. Wait, I want my, let's take this and move it. I don't even really know. Am I really going to be thunderclapping all that much, really? Let's move it to 7, I guess, but the undead's going to take him. All right, let's charge him regardless. And now I can battle shout. Oh, wait, no. I just demoralizing shout, which reduces the melee attacks they do against me. I need to battle shout, which is all the way over here. So many different shouts here as a warrior. Let's just go ahead and move this over there. There we go. That way we can have battle shout be number 5. So I'm actually going to be using it quite a bit because the buff itself only lasts, well, it lasts for 2 minutes, which isn't actually all that bad, but it's not all that long, really. A little bit of Peace Bloom there. That's a throwback. All right, let's actually head over towards where the raptors are, and we'll maybe kill Planestriders on the way. Though I have a feeling it's going to be hard to actually even find these guys. Track this quest, and then track this quest as well, just so I can actually see them. It's weird that they're not tracked by default, you know? It's like, what? It's kind of strange. All right, come on, come on. Charging it. There we go. That's why you play warrior right there, by the way, boys. And there's our battle shout buff. Now we can use the old heroic strike. There we go. But you need your rage to fill up before you can actually use your abilities. So it's a little bit slow. You sit there just kind of taking attacks. I've heard so many people say that leveling a warrior is actually one of the hardest classes to level in Classic. I want to call it vanilla, because I've always called it vanilla, but Classic, it's hard to level a warrior in Classic, but once you can get to end game, it'll be all worth it. You know, that's what they say. It'll be all worth it. Like you're actually the best tank in the entire game. Like raiding like actual big raid bosses and stuff like that. You're apparently not all that good for AoE tanking, but like actual raid bosses, like warriors, like the go-to choice. And in PvP, arms warriors are just really freaking good. Actually, I don't even have that ability. Where's my Mortal Strike? I guess you get that much later on, huh? Or I don't think Mortal Strike's a talent, is it? It is. Mortal Strike is a talent, and it's a final talent for arms. But yeah, you just go one-shotting people with Mortal Strike, and it's going to be good stuff. So right over here, well, actually, no, it's even further, huh? This is just a little bit of a pond with this little Fang. Oh, that's cool that Fang and Urk are actually here. What they did is they took the model for a wolf, and they made it super tiny. Real tiny. And basically, it's supposed to be like this little child orc's dog as he runs around there. And here's going to be a watchtower. I've spent so much time in the Barrens. I love the Barrens, man. It's probably my favorite zone. And after Cataclysm, it became the Northern Barrens from this line forward, then the Southern Barrens from this line south. But here in Classic, it's all just the Barrens. It's one giant zone that you spend a ridiculous amount of time in. Now, are the Raptors? There they are. I was going to say, are they not in the same spot that they are in retail? But here they are. It took so freaking long, but here they are. Those Planestriders seem to be all dropping their beaks, by the way, which is actually pretty... I didn't expect all that. There we go. Charge on in. Hit the rend, right? Drop 9 damage on them every 3 seconds, which may not seem like a lot, but it's not bad. Not bad. Especially if we consider the fact that you only do 21 damage here with a heroic strike, and you only do that every couple of seconds because... You know, you're waiting on your rage to actually come up. That's why prot warriors are so good. Like, you're getting hit so much that your rage just is, like, all the way up. A lot of the time, anyway, to my understanding. But when you're doing stuff like this out in the world, it's a little bit harder to keep your rage up super high. Charge in. Drop the old rend. I almost want to, like, mess around with the paladin because I like the paladin rotation of, like, doing the different kind of blessings and then using wisdom on your target. It's actually kind of fun. This is actually neat as well, too, man. Look at all these Planestriders right here next to the Raptors. Oh, I charged in and just instinctively I went for the heroic strike instead of actually putting rend on them. I don't even have enough freaking... I still have enough rage. I need more rage. Now, would I actually generate more rage if I was in defensive stance? It decreases damage taken and increases threat, but I don't think it would actually... I'm not sure if it would increase my rage generation. Charge does. That's why it's always good to charge in, because it gives you 9 rage by default and also stuns the target for 1 second. But, you know what? Planestriders are like passive by default, so they're not automatically going to aggro onto me, so I can just run away from him and then charge in. That's 200 IQ warrior plays there, boys. Which is actually something you do in a live game as well. Like, if you're getting low on rage, if you have the opportunity, you know, you can heroic leap out, then charge in, just get a little bit of extra rage, or little things like that you can do as a warrior. I've always kind of liked warrior, and I was actually considering maybe playing one for Battle for Azeroth, but my brother wanted to play warrior. So I'm like, okay, you play warrior, I'll go paladin. I like paladin more anyway. And, but he's already stopped playing. I've also kind of stopped playing BFA as well, though, because even though I think the game is fun, I just don't really have the time, especially with freaking Fallout 76 coming out, man. Oh, my goodness. The beta is coming back. Very excited about that. I'm going to play more of the beta. And then the live game comes out on the 14th. Classic WoW comes out officially in summer of 2019. And then at some other point, I'm not exactly sure when, in 2019, the Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. I'm sorry, not Reign of Chaos. Just Warcraft 3 in general. I wouldn't say Reign of Chaos because that's what the art kind of looks like, but just Warcraft 3 Remastered. They're calling it Warcraft 3 Reforged. That's coming out. And that's going to be cool, because I never even played Warcraft 3, really. I've messed around with it a little bit, but it's really dated, and I had a hard time getting into it. So a remaster, especially one that looks as good as that one, that's going to be great. Definitely looking forward to that, man. It's too many good games. You got Black Ops 4 and Fallout 76. I haven't even tried Red Dead 2 yet, and I really want to. I love Red Dead, the first one anyway. Red Dead 2 looks fantastic. And now we have Classic WoW coming right around the corner. We have a remaster of Warcraft 3, and next year it's heavily rumored that Modern Warfare 4 is coming out, and of course Modern Warfare 2 remastered. It's like, my goodness, don't have all the time in the world for this. And I just realized we're sitting here just chatting about the game and upcoming games and stuff like that. I don't have my buff. I don't have my battle shout buff, and I haven't had it for a while, probably.
Out of range.
All right, Rend. I want to Rend there, and now, as soon as I get 10 rage, we'll get our battle shout buff back up. There we go. But if you love a warrior, good luck, that guy said. I mean, it's true. Right now, it seems like you may be thinking, like, wow, warrior's not even hard. Like, what's hard about this, you know? But keep in mind, they already made us level 15 by default, where we already have a lot of our abilities, especially super early on. Warrior is rough. Really is. And also, these raptors that I'm killing and getting their heads and stuff, they're 4 levels underneath me. So this is actually really easy. Now I think about it. Like, they have I think they wanted to do it this way so you're not, like, grinding super hard. And here are those freaking... I'm just going to run away from those guys. I hate them. I hate them. Because they spawn so close to each other. And right over there, that's where my brother and my friend and I, we're on that private server, and we were getting those zebra hooves. And my God, they just wouldn't drop. We were just, like, waiting on them all to farm. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. I'm pretty sure it's over there. Maybe it wasn't zebra hooves. It might have been something else. We're doing some sort of a drop quest over there, and it was just painful. It was painful. So let's go ahead and look at the quest here for the raptor heads. Will it say exactly where they are? Hunt raptors in the Barrens. Meant for a payroll, crossroad guards. Wow, they don't really actually tell you whatsoever. I'm gonna hit the old Blade Strider for our mage friend here. Where's my arcane intellect? Actually, don't need that. He can give arcane intellect, which will increase your... I forget if it's a flat number or if it's a percentage in Classic, but it increases your intellect, and warriors don't use intellect whatsoever, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and I can't give him a battle shout because he has to be in my party and stay in my party, because I'm pretty sure once he leaves the party, he'll lose the battle shout effect. But again, if we see a druid or a druid or a priest, their buffs can actually help us out, but we really don't need them all that much, honestly. And my buff's already gone. It's already gone. Ow! Jerk, with your lash. Just trying to get a little bit of rage here. And then I lost my rage. Rage deteriorates, by the way. It's dropping down, so I don't have enough rage to freaking be able to use my shout. Good old warriors, boys. I don't know, though. I'm still kind of leaning towards Tauren Warrior. I love the Tauren starting zone of Mulgore. I love that. It's fantastic. I'm actually pretty positive we're not allowed to leave these zones in the demo here. I might be wrong about that, but I'm almost positive that we're not allowed to leave these zones. Oh, crap. I forgot that you guys actually aggro. All right. Let's just auto-attack you and get some rage and then get my battle shout. There we go. Now I can fight. Slowly but surely. Small furry paw. Oh boy. Hey, there's another raptor. I feel like there should be more raptors in this area. I don't know. Let's see if we can take on 2 at one time. 'Cause I bet we can. Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely gonna aggro the Huntress here. But now that I have enough rage, I can put a rend on both of these guys. And now I can also probably Thunderclap, which is gonna increase the time between their attacks. There we go. Make it so they both attack me slower. Oh wow, Rend! Look how much damage Rend did not do to this guy. All right, I may have to use a demoralizing shout here, which is going to reduce their melee attacks by 36 for 30 seconds. Now, is that something? That's wow, really? So I should actually overpower seems like decent, but it's not really popping up. It's only usable after the target dodges one of my attacks, and they're lower levels, so they're not really dodging most of my attacks. It's a good ability, so I'll keep it on my bar, but I'll put it there. Maybe we should be using Demoralizing Shout more, because Demoralizing Shout in the full game, it's like it's a big defensive cooldown for tanks, right? It's like a minute 30 cooldown, something like that. But here in Classic, it only costs 10 rage, which is, not terrible, but not great. But it reduces the melee attacks that they do to me for 30 seconds, and I can use it basically whenever I want. And I got a pattern for tailors, but nobody really cares because it's a demo. It's also not that good of a tailoring recipe anyway. I want to continue on up this way. I know there's going to be more like high mains and stuff like that. Like the Savannah high main in Hearthstone is actually based off of these mobs here. It wouldn't be super far up the road. Would it be? Where we can find a lot of raptors? I honestly can't remember. I mean, I know there's a little bit of raptors there, but after all that time, we only saw a very limited number of them, and we only got 5 of the heads. I'm trying to remember what's up here. I know the entrance for the Warsong Gulch Battleground is up here, which is an awesome battleground. But also, is there like a pack of those? There may actually be a pack of raptors that are up here. I don't honestly remember that much. And take a look at the old graphics, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me you don't love it. Tell me you don't love it. Look at the trees. I love it, man. The Warcraft art style. I love the art style already. And then, going back to the, full-on classic, like 2004/2005 graphics, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Okay, yeah, so the actual entrance to the battleground's way up there, but unfortunately, there's the Savannah High main, by the way. Unfortunately, the Raptors aren't here. We're going to have to go back, boys. We're going to have to go on back. And sadly, I don't have anything like a heroic leap. There's no real speed boosts I can give myself like you can on the Rogue. But while we're there, I can go ahead and take a look at some of these abilities here. Looks like by default, they gave us blacksmithing here. There's cultivation, which is a racial passive rather, for the tauren. Endurance as well, which is also a racial passive, which will increase total health by 5%. It's like a tauren warrior is just like, it's a great tank to have. Orc warrior as well. Like orc warriors are just like straight up iconic in WoW. Shoot bow / shoot crossbow requires crossbows. Oh, wait, did they give us a ranged weapon by default? Maybe one in our bag? I'm just going to ignore this guy. Yeah, so you can actually get a ranged weapon, and you can use it kind of like you can with the daggers on the Rogue, and you can use that for range pulling. And apparently that's a thing that tanks did back in Classic, which is interesting. I've done one dungeon in Classic, and that would be Ragefire Chasm, which is the one that is directly underneath of Orgrimmar, out down there in the Cleft of Shadow there. It's kind of cool that the whole map is here as well, the old Classic map. I love it. Love it. So good. So good. I don't know, man. It would be so fun, I think, to play Classic, which I'm definitely doing, right? I'm definitely playing Classic. And then, level the warrior up to 60, go through all of that, and then go through all the raid tiers. I wonder how the raid tier progression is actually going to go. Like, I feel like Molten Core, I feel like a lot of people are going to blow through Molten Core. Blackwing Lair might be a little bit harder, but I think people are going to get through that pretty quickly as well. Then there's Encourage, and after that is going to be Naxxramas. And Naxxramas, that's going to be the real test. Like, I would love to be able to have a warrior go through Naxxramas and get the Corrupted Ashbringer. That would be huge to me. Although it's going to be weird having a Corrupted Ashbringer on a tauren, not a human, from like a lore perspective, but still, And this is why we went searching, by the way, for those other raptors. Where the heck are they? I can't find any more raptors. There's just no more. There's just no more raptors, man. There just isn't. So right up here, actually, on the other end of this mountain here, is going to be the Wailing Caverns. That's a dungeon that is that you can do here while out in the Crossroads. I guess with only 7 minutes left, we could just head back to the Crossroads, or I could just go and make another class. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and hearth back to the Crossroads. The reason why we're hearthing instead of just logging out right now is, one, we could turn the quest, which there's really no point in doing it, but we can do that, and then we can also go inside the inn here with our boy Boorand Plainswind, everybody's favorite innkeeper. Look at that broom. Look at it. Tell me you don't like tauren. Everyone likes tauren. We can log out. You can log out instantly, by the way, when you're actually inside of an inn. So, for the sake of it, do I make a dwarf just to have a different character model? I think we do. Let's go dwarf paladin, right? And we only have a couple minutes left, so let's just go ahead and quickly hair color. There we go. Gotta have that. And just go ahead and make ourselves. Holy Boy's taken? But I bet you Holy isn't. Holy Boy's taken, but Holy isn't. It's actually absurd. And now we can enter the world as a paladin here. And I think we should be probably like built into Ret by default. Looks like we are. I've messed around with this a little bit. I'm not even sure if this is actually the proper rotation. Let's get auto attack off there. We have our devotion aura. Hammer of Justice, our 3-second stun on a 1-minute cooldown. Our Holy Light. I don't know. Now I want to play a paladin again. I really don't know what I want to play. Seal of the Crusader. Fills the paladin with the spirit of a crusader for 30 seconds, granting 54 melee attack power. The paladin also attacks 40% faster, dealing less damage with each attack. Only one seal can be active at a time. Unleashing the seal's energy by using judgment on an opponent increases the holy damage they will take up by up to 30. Your melee strikes will refresh the duration. So, where's the other ability? Gun specialization. Oh, that's for dwarves. So going to retribution here, you have your Seal of the Crusader, right? Rank 2. That's already on the bar. We already have our judgment, and then is it under holy? I could have sworn. Oh, blessing of might. There it is. So places a blessing on a friendly player. I'm trying to remember how this all worked. I can put this on myself pretty much. There we go. Increases my melee attack power, but that's a blessing, right? You can only have one blessing on them. Oh, seals and blessings are different. Okay, it's all starting to come back to me. Well, I could have sworn that there is another seal that we had as retribution, which maybe we didn't, and maybe I'm just crazy, which that may very well be the case, because I thought there was a seal that you had by default. Then you use that to buff yourself, and then you use Judgment on your target, and then you use a different seal to give you a different buff while taking on that target. But maybe that's at higher levels. Maybe at level 15 here, we don't actually have that. Or maybe I just am remembering things completely wrong here. It's been a while. So the idea here is you put on the seal, right? It buffs you for 30 seconds, which increases your melee attack power, your attacks to go 40% faster. It may very well just be the case where you attack with Seal of the Crusader, judge your target to make it so they take more damage from, what is it? It increases their holy damage taken, and then you put Seal of the Crusader back on you, which increases your attack power. But that may not actually count as holy damage. And if it doesn't count as holy damage, then that interaction doesn't really work out that well. I wish I remembered how this works, but just looking at the spells that we have here, we really don't have, other choices. Devotion Aura, that's already on by default, which increases armor of people, of myself, as well as people in my party. Divine Protection basically is like Divine Shield almost. You're immune to all attacks, but it's a 5-minute cooldown. Then we have nothing there in Retribution. Holy, we have a Blessing of Wisdom that I can give to a friendly target. That will give them mana back every 5 seconds, which is nice. Redemption can bring a dead player back to life. Holy Light, like I said, is our heal. Lay on Hands is a big heal, which heals a friendly target for the amount equal to my maximum health. which I shouldn't be using all these abilities because I could be using them when I'm actually fighting. Seal the Righteous. There it is. Wow, I looked over it so many times. So, fills the Paladin with Holy Spirit for 30 seconds, granting each melee attack an additional 3 to 12 holy damage, right? And so, yeah, Seal the Crusader increases the spirit and gives us 54 melee attack power. I also attack 40% faster, but it deals less damage over time. So this probably isn't how it should be, but this is how I theory crafted it when I was messing around by myself on a private server. So in theory, you should use Seal the Crusader, right? Just use that on yourself, which is going to buff you up for a little bit, and then you use Judgment on your target, which will then put the Seal the Crusader debuff on them, which increases their holy damage taken by up to 30 for a period of time, right? And then you have your Seal the Righteous, you use that to buff yourself up, which makes you do additional holy damage. That makes sense in theory, right? Like, I wish this guy wasn't level 10. You buff yourself up with this, right? Seal the Crusader. Then you judge your target. They now take extra holy damage. Then you buff yourself up again here with Seal the Righteous, which makes your melee attacks deal extra damage, extra holy damage. The holy damage is the yellow damage that pops up right there. That's how I think it should work, but it may not actually work that way. It may very well work like just use Seal the Crusader and don't use Seal the Righteous ever. Just maybe always use Seal the Crusader. We can test it out if I can find an actual target to fight, but we have 55 seconds left, guys. No. 55 seconds. I want to test it out. I want to do like Seal the Crusader twice. So buff ourselves up with that, and then get closer, then judge you, and then Seal the Crusader again. And now let's watch the damage that happens. 43, 42. Then he's dead. 43. But now I need to find one more thing to fight, and there's nothing else here. We got 29 seconds. I like the idea of having 3 more buttons, because only having 2 buttons in the rotation is kind of dull. All right, so buff ourselves up this way, judge them, then drop this on them, or buff myself up rather. So 47. So it does the same amount of damage, but doing it this way, they take additional holy damage. I think this is actually how you do it, and I figured that out myself. I hope it's actually the way you do it, otherwise I'd look stupid. And what's also cool about Paladin is you do decent damage that way, and you can also heal yourself. I was about to show it. Wait a minute, thanks for playing World of Warcraft Classic. You've reached the time limit for the current session, but you can play again in approximately 5 minutes. I can play again in 5 minutes? You're telling me I can play again in 5 minutes? Because I'm just going to mess around with all the classes. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know WoW's not exactly like what I'm known for here on the channel, but I really do love the game. I've played a lot of WoW over the years, and it's so fun to be, playing Classic like this and experiencing it and trying to figure out like what I figured out back in the private servers and also trying to find out new things. And man, summer of 2019. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun having this be an official game. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop me a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.